You feel it, don't you? The constant storm of thought, the weight of awareness, the burden of understanding things too quickly and too deeply. You see patterns others don't. You ask questions they never consider. But with that brilliance comes the curse. You overthink instead of act. You isolate instead of connect. You seek perfection instead of peace. And the world, it never told you how to carry a mind like yours. They called you gifted, but never warned you about the paralysis that follows. They praised your potential, but no one taught you how to wield it. This video isn't for everyone. It's for the ones who feel like they were built for more, yet keep falling short. We're about to uncover the 3 silent struggles that haunt intelligent minds, and an ancient path to mastering them. If you've ever felt like your intelligence is both your gift and your prison, you've just found the key. You think too much, not in the shallow, overthinking every text sense. You think in patterns. You zoom out. You zoom in. You see what others miss, and you wish you didn't. Because intelligence, real intelligence, doesn't feel like a gift. It feels like weight. It slows your joy, sharpens your solitude, and quietly tears you from the herd. And there are 3 curses, subtle, silent, and devastating, that most intelligent minds carry. First, the curse of infinite possibilities. You don't just see one path, you see them all, which means you hesitate, you wait, you tinker with thoughts, you run simulations in your head, you become a prisoner of your own potential. Not lazy, paralyzed, because when you can imagine 10 versions of the future, you forget that none of them can exist unless you move. Second, the curse of solitude. Your mind isolates you, not by ego, but by depth. You crave conversations that never happen. You smile when people talk. But inside, you're starving for truth, for meaning, for someone who just gets it. The smarter you get, the lonelier it feels. And then comes the third curse, perhaps the hardest to name, the curse of perception. You see beneath words. You sense contradiction in smiles. You walk into rooms and feel what no one says. You pick up on details people overlook. You know what others pretend not to. And so you build walls. You shrink. You silence your own insights just to fit in with the noise. But here's the secret most never learn. The problem isn't your mind. It's the direction it's facing. Left untamed, it devours you. But once aligned, it can conquer, create, and elevate. And that's what ancient thinkers understood. Not how to simplify the mind, but how to wield it. In the next act, we'll decode the teachings of a man who saw the same chaos in himself and built a method to master it, not for the average, but for people like you. You've seen the signs, the overthinking, the paralyzing self-awareness, the endless loop of ideas with no action. But what if I told you this isn't your flaw, it's your signal, a signal that you're not broken. You're just using ancient tools without the manual. There's a hidden architecture beneath the chaos, and the ones who cracked it left us clues. Let's talk about Carl Jung, a man who didn't just study the mind, he explored its darkest forests. Jung saw the intelligent individual not as a thinker, but as a potential alchemist, one who could take their suffering, their overthinking, their spiraling awareness, and transform it into gold. But first, they had to confront the shadow, that hidden part of the psyche we bury, the insecurities, the doubts, the raw emotional storms. Jung said, "Until you make the unconscious conscious, it will direct your life, and you will call it fate." And this, This is where most intelligent people get stuck. They don't confront their chaos. They analyze it, observe it, talk about it, but they rarely face it. Ancient philosophy teaches us, intelligence is not what you know, it's what you master. The Stoics knew this. Seneca wrote letters not to show off intellect, but to remind himself, wisdom is lived, not stored. He warned of the curse of knowledge without direction. To be everywhere is to be nowhere. Today, the intelligent man is everywhere. YouTube, Twitter, news feeds, podcasts, but nowhere in reality. So here's the blueprint. 3 systems, 1 transformation, each one comes from the ancients, but together they solve the modern puzzle. Jung's shadow work. Face the inner beast, not by reading more books, not by intellectualizing emotions, but by creating silence, sitting in discomfort, writing down what you refuse to admit. Journaling not to track progress, but to reveal patterns. Ask yourself, what am I pretending not to feel? What do I know but avoid doing? You cannot master what you're unwilling to name. This isn't soft work, it's mental war. The smartest people often lose it because they avoid the battlefield. Machiavelli's ruthless clarity, choose strategy. Overstimulation, most intelligent people think too far ahead. They see 50 paths and take none. Machiavelli knew this flaw and flipped it. His brilliance wasn't coldness, it was clarity. He said, "The wise man does at once what the fool does at last." You don't need more ideas, you need an operating system. Here's one. If it doesn't serve a 5-year goal, drop it. If you don't control it, ignore it. If it scares you, move toward it. The Stoic Flame, purpose over paralysis. Epictetus was born a slave. He had no freedom, no control over his body or possessions, but he had agency. He said, "We suffer more in imagination than in reality." How does this apply to you? The intelligent mind imagines failure so vividly, it never dares the real thing. So burn this into your routine. Define your one objective every morning. Block everything else. Act, not when you're ready, but when it's time. High intelligence without structure is self-destruction. But here's the truth. No one tells you. Your pain is not the problem. Your potential is. It's so massive that your current life can't contain it. That's why you procrastinate, why you spiral, why you freeze. You're not lazy. You're overloaded by untapped capacity. And that is power in disguise. So let's rewrite the narrative. Jung taught us to confront. Machiavelli taught us to act. The Stoics taught us to endure. You combine these 3, and you don't just escape the curse, you turn it into your edge. Now you see it. The curse was never your intelligence. It was the lack of structure to channel it. So here's how you take command, starting today. No hype, no complexity. Just 3 simple activations. 1. Make your chaos visible. Every morning, write 1 page. Don't plan, don't correct, just write what your mind throws at you. Fears, thoughts, questions, desires. Your mind is not your enemy, it's just overloaded. Empty the inbox. You'll be shocked by how much clarity follows. 2. Choose 1 win. Per day, not 10, just 1. Pick a single meaningful action that moves your life forward and do it no matter what. The smartest people waste years trying to optimize everything. The wise ones, they simplify, then dominate. 3rd, design for silence. Set 20 minutes each evening to be unreachable. No phone, no noise, Just sit with yourself. Reflect. This is where your true intelligence speaks, not from noise, but from stillness. The world screams, but mastery whispers. And here's what they won't tell you. You're not falling behind, you're being called up. That inner tension? It's your future self, begging you to build the structure your genius deserves. So if this message hit home, you already know what to do. Subscribe, not because I asked, but because deep down, you want to keep growing. And like this video, if you've ever felt the weight of your own mind, you're not cursed, you're chosen. Now act like it.